Holograms. This is what I believe about holograms. Um, Holograms. I think this is going to be a really big buzzword coming up pretty soon. Bigger than, like right now, it's kind of like sacred geometry, fractals, this kind of thing. But hologram is the word that holds the key to hell, maybe even to the what do you call it? The grand unified field theory. The the meaning of life, the whole revolution of the world we're in right now with a new age. It's hologram. Everything. Realize that life is a hologram, and you want to emulate the hologram of reality that God made. As much as you can. So, what's a hologram? Now, when I say hologram, I don't mean hologram as in, Princess Leia being shot out of 3C, R2D2, like this thing you see, this little three-dimensional, thing. I mean hologram as in, say, a gram, a graph, a thing, right? That's whole, that has the whole in it. Kind of like a fractal, something that has a hole in it. Well, not kind of, it is a fractal. Like your DNA. The whole physical structure of your body is a hologram. Like your DNA, you spit on a swab, and the swab, you could make a clone of yourself with it, because everything in your DNA is written in there. So, I think we should all emulate the hologram. Try to be as holographic as we can. So, that means decentralize everything. Decentralize everything with the economy. Instead of try to get now and allow and help the economy become decentralized with all the laws we make, not giving tax breaks to huge businesses, so people don't. That's kind of one of the problems people have with NAFTA. It's because it'd be great to do free trade, but it's screwed up because the only people who are allowed to do it are these big companies, And if you want to start a business, you have to pay, an assload of money to pass the FDA and all this stuff. All this centralization, which creates these huge factories that make stuff, and then huge centralized bureaucracies who decide stuff for everybody else. And that's expensive. It takes away your freedom, and it's not good. So that's what I mean. Hologram, economically and politically. So like economically also, like, yeah, just try to have little factories in places near you where you get whatever. Also, it's cheaper on the environment and not have to like carry it all the way across the world. But not like globalization isn't good. But then also, and this is the thing that fascinates me the most, is the holographic as far as education. Make the educational system more holographic. My experience with education is that it's all dictated from above. The teacher would be like, "Oh yeah, this is the plan from," not even just the teachers of that school who decided, but like, it seems like it came right from the government, like the freaking federal government. This is what I have to teach on this day, and then I remember the teachers would always be like, "Oh, I'm getting behind on the lesson plan they give me. I'm gonna have to, skip stuff and cover this and cover that," and that makes it dead. I mean, I hated school, and it was because it's not real. But and they give you this should be a whole nother video, but they give you certain dates to take tests, and you don't even know what the test is going to be on until like 2 days before it, and just all this structure from above. Now, what I mean to change it holographic, make it holographic, the educational system, is you teach kids not in little packets of information, like you get to this grade and then you take this class, and you don't know anything about it until you get to that grade. Like, you don't know anything about the government until you have that one government class. And I only had one government class, and it was like in 8th grade, and it was like a quarter, and that was it. Or you don't know anything about, and you're not asked to do your written test or your written class where you get to write. Well, actually, I never had one of those either, but you don't. Let's see. You're never asked to do anything and to know anything about, say, physics until you're in 9th grade. And my idea is that you start to learn all that stuff since you're a little kid, since you're like 4. Just throw it all on them. For example, I had a piano teacher when I was a little kid, and and the piano teacher comes, and I go, okay, teach me how to play a song. And they go, oh no, we're not going to teach you how to play the song because that's too much. I'm just going to teach you the first steps. This is this key, now hit it. This is that key. And I go, just teach me how to play a song. Play a song and then ask me to play it. And they refused to do it, so I had to just cut the person off and stop taking piano classes. So, anyways, just allow the kids from the very beginning, since they're little kids, teach them everything. Teach them it all right at the beginning, and then let that grow holographically. Just let it build on itself and build on itself. That way, by the time they graduate, they continue to learn, because the whole idea of learning has the seed has been planted, and they grow and they grow and they grow, and they learn everything at the same time. So like you'd have your science class where you learn the same science stuff, same scientific lessons in first grade, as second grade, third grade, all the way up to the top, only you learn them differently, and you learn them, it's, like as a little kids, they teach you with toys, and as you're older, they teach you with words and stuff, because, and it's also like, so just take compartmentalization away. Now in the workplace also, not compartmentalized jobs so much, factorized jobs. Yeah, sure, there's something to be said for it because it makes it efficient when people get really good at something, and then you just let them do that. But just allow more mobility to go around. So allow people to not make people, promise to work for a whole year. Let people take longer vacations, and then they can just be replaced by somebody else. But make it a culture of having a high circulation, high turnover rate. Instead of make people afraid, like, if I take too long of a vacation, then I'll get fired, then I'll get somebody else, and then I'll never be able to get my foot back in the door again. People always feel like they'll be able to get their foot back in the door because people are always going to be leaving, because it's the culture of having a high circulation rate, because people do everything. People are interested in everything. So try to get people to be interested in everything. Try to have everybody have a really high range of interest. Right now, I don't think people just don't have a high range of interest. Like, for example, YouTube. You look at YouTube channels, no YouTube channel expresses people in a holographic way, in a holistic way. People create YouTube channels dedicated to one certain thing, one certain facet of themselves, and you don't know anything else about them. And I guess people like to get subscribers, and so when people subscribe, they don't subscribe to a person. They want to subscribe to one specific thing that they're interested in. So then it coagulates these certain groups of people in these certain areas, and it divides and separates. And anyways, there's so many things to be interested in. If we all had a wide range of interests, we would all be more the same, like the Borg. Only we would only in a good way though, and we wouldn't be all like sheeple, like we are now, where we just have to, we do whatever the media tells us to do, what was I gonna say? Yeah, we should just try to have a wide range of interests, and have the school system teach you that from a very young age. So, for example, have the school have the art, the stuff up on the walls, just have them plastered with information. Just so much information that if you tried to, that you would just have to be stuck to it for years just to learn all of it. But it's there with you, since you're a kid. Because we all know what it's like to be ingrained since you're a kid. People when they're raised believing something since they're a little kid, say the Amish, you can't get out of that. It's hard to break free. You're mentally from whatever brainwashing you were raised in. So if people were raised in an environment of just like an infinite amount of information being glaring at them since they're a little kid, then they would be familiar with it and intimate with it and interested in it when they're an adult. For example, I have a world history timeline that if you were to print it on the walls, it'd take up your entire classroom. So they should put those in every classroom, so people just know, just by looking at the wall, history. And also, I have a Powers of 10 webpage, plaster that up on all the walls so people know exactly how big everything is and how big everything is compared to each other. Because when I say holographic, also how everything compares to each other, how it relates in the world, how you relate in your world, And a problem, with the black budget, compartmentalization of knowledge. Well, that's how people can get away with, Illuminati get away with compartmentalization of Area 51. I dig, that's all I do, I'm the digger, and I'll do this. So then the guy at the top can control everybody by compartmentalizing everybody anyways. I'm out of time. So holographic, we shall be holographic in every way.